Hey guys, it's Animelover. I'm back with another video. So we're back with another Five Below art supplies kind of review video because I still have two other things after this video. But we have these markers. It says it's alcohol-based markers, which is really weird because they do not look alcohol-based at all. They actually look like one that one of my online friends had sent me, and like I'm very curious to like see these in general and how they work because they look weird. They do not, like I said, do not look like alcohol-based markers to me. So I am very curious to see what these how these work and just in general. So I guess let's get into the color swatching. So if you were not here in the last video where I have been doing Five Below reviewing, basically we had gone to Five Below with our dad for our birthday, and then a little bit like more recenter we went with our mom, and that's actually when we got these markers, because I was like, you can't have too many art supplies from Five Below, so let's get more. And they looked interesting, and so I basically grabbed them, and then we got them. So when color swatching them, I noticed very immediately, I was like, okay, so it has a brush tip. That's really cool. That's like a really cool, like, it's going to be nice to color with. And then I put it down on the paper, and I was like stunned of how stiff the brush tip was. Like it almost felt like a pen, like just a bullet like side of like a marker, and I'm just like, huh? What do you mean that it's just stiff? Like it doesn't bend, it doesn't do anything, it's just stiff. And I'm like, huh? It threw me off while doing the color swatching, and a lot of them were like that. I think only like two of them were actually like soft and actually like what's the correct word? Like folded and moved like how a brush tip should move. And it was just really weird. I also noticed that the fine tips fucking suck ass. Like, they are so bad. Like, some of them, the pigment is barely even there. Other ones, it, like, didn't even show up. I tried showing that on camera. It didn't even, like, show. And so I'm just like, okay, there's no point in using them as they are basically unpredictable, and I rather not waste my time even trying to use the fine tip like at all. And so I just didn't use them for this art piece, and it was just really annoying because I'm just like, well, I kind of wanted to use them, but like they also didn't want to work, so I'm like, well, I can't use them. So it was already shaping up to be a very interesting video, to say the least. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this drawing, and I kind of had an idea because we got these little, I don't know what they are, but they're like these little like skull little things, and we also got those at Five Below, and me and Fangirl both pulled our colors. So Fangirl had pulled the little pink girl, and I had pulled the little purple cat. And I was like, well, they're really cute, and I want to do something kind of inspired off of this for the strolling, and so let me do that. And so that is basically what I will end up doing and kind of thinking of, because that was the only thing I could think of for this strolling just in general. Like I said in the last Five Below video that I did, I was really distracted while like drawing and like sketching everything out, as I was literally rewatching a show named From, and I was just distracted just in general kind of stuff because this has been the first time I've drawn in a hot minute, and so I'm getting distracted by everything. I'm trying to draw and it's just not working and stuff like that, and just my brain's all over the place. I'm like not wanting to do it, I'm wanting to do it, I'm getting, like, I wanted to, like, watch my show, and I've already watched the show, but I'm just like, no, I can't watch it, and so it was just, like, a whole annoying process while sketching the whole thing, and it was, like, a super quick sketch and stuff like that, but it was just really, really irritating that I was just getting so distracted and everything, and it was just frustrating, just in general. Another thing that I ended up doing, obviously, and I was contemplating how I wanted to do this. Thankfully, the markers are, like, they don't smudge and stuff like that because they are not alcohol based. They 100% are water based. I don't know why the packaging said alcohol based, but for some reason they are not that. But basically, I will outline the whole drawing off camera, as it's just easier to do that off camera than on camera sometimes, because I have to get really close to the drawing at times to, like, see what I'm doing, and it was just not going to work if I did it on camera, and so I outlined the whole thing off camera. Sorry if you guys wanted to watch that, I was not going to do that. But thankfully that these markers were not alcohol based, because it was just easy to outline it and then just color kind of thing, like, later. So it's very much a fun, interesting work between kind of thing, because the markers said they were one thing and then suddenly they weren't, which helped me in the long run with my drawing, but it was still kind of weird. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's get to the pros and cons. So let's do the pros. So I had a feeling these markers were going to be very interesting in general, as they are from illustration markers. And in the last video, when I used those kind of markers, it was a hit or miss kind of thing. So they have very nice colors. That was something I very much noticed, and it was very nice to have a good wide variety of colors. I think there was like 28 of them. So it was very nice to have a big variety of colors. I very much did appreciate that they were brush tip. I say this a lot when I do any type of thing. I don't normally care for brush tips, but depending on what markers they are, it very much does matter. And unfortunately, water-based markers benefit more when they are brush tips. If they are chiseled or bullet, it tends to be a little bit harder to use them. So I very much appreciated that they were brush tips. Another thing was that they had a very nice case. I do not keep the case in the end, but I did appreciate that they did have a plastic container or plastic case in general that I could put them back in, and it is travelable and it is waterproof basically, because it's just a plastic little thing. We had bought like little containers and sorting things, so they weren't going to stay in their case. But I very much did appreciate the case, and I do give it a thumbs up. If you know me, I care a lot about cases and packaging because I need to store things, and so if I can't store it properly after opening it, it very much annoys me. Now let's get to the cons, as there were quite a few. The first one is that I could not even use the fine tips. They were so bad and so unreliable and just wonky that I just could not use them. And at that point, it was no longer a double-sided marker, and it was literally just a one-sided marker. And at that point, don't even add the brush tip, like the fine tips kind of thing. And it's just like, okay, so that was really annoying because literally one of them had no ink in them. So that was frustrating because I was just like, I really wanted to use those. I wanted to see like what I could like add to the drawing with them and stuff like that. But I couldn't even use them because I didn't want to ruin the art piece. Another thing that was very annoying was that many of the brush tips were very stiff. It did not bug me while I was drawing, but I know maybe for some people it could be very annoying, and I don't, like I said, for me it is not that annoying, but for other people it may be. But it was just something I noticed and wanted to point out, because normally a lot of brush tips are not super stiff like the way that these ones were. So it was just very like, whoa kind of thing. And so it threw me off when it happened. Another thing is that it rips up the paper within 2 layers. And it's like, because of the brush tips being super stiff, it like almost rips up the paper even faster. Like it already was trying to rip up in like 1 layer. And so that was definitely something I noticed. And to be fair, I am using probably like almost close to copy paper in my sketchbook kind of stuff. So could be something like that, but it was something I did notice of how quickly the paper was ripping up. Another thing, and this is the biggest thing, this is the biggest con, is that it says on the packaging that it is alcohol-based markers. But it is not alcohol-based markers at all. It is 100% water-based markers. And it's just like, why did you lie on the packaging? Why did you say you were alcohol-based when you are not? That is false marketing. And it was really annoying because I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. I'm going to get these smaller, kind of more like portable, kind of like alcohol-based markers. And then I'm using them and I'm like, these are not alcohol-based. So I'm like, I was completely misled, and it was so frustrating, and it definitely like pissed me off that I basically bought these thinking that they were alcohol-based, and then find out that no, these are just water-based markers. And I think that is really stupid, and I think you should market your markers properly and not just say that these are alcohol-based, and when they're clearly not, because they do not bleed like alcohol-based markers, and they do not blend like alcohol-based markers, and it's just, I have worked with water-based markers a lot in my life, so I know how water-based markers work, and these work exactly like those. So, yeah, those are basically the biggest cons that I had with these markers. Like, they're not bad. I will use them for, like, small things and just doodles and stuff like that. But I probably will not use them for, like, a big piece like I did with this drawing in this video. Like, they're okay. They're not great. They're more of just a doodle kind of thing. That's kind of it. That's all these markers really are to me, kind of thing. So, I mean, what did I expect? They were from Five Below. $5, so I kind of expected them to kind of be not great, but at the same time, I have bought other art supplies from Five Below, and they have been pretty good. So, since we're getting close to the end of the video, I'm going to do a little self-promotion because, well, I can. So, if you want to get exclusive or early access, specifically like this art in particular in the video, then you can go check out our Patreon. We post basically exclusive or early access art before we even upload it anywhere else and stuff like that. and that includes YouTube art. Anytime I record a video and I finish it, it is getting posted either days or weeks before we upload it publicly to YouTube. So if you're interested in getting that kind of stuff, we try to post as frequently as possible and as much as possible on our Patreon. And if you're interested in that, go check it out. If you are interested in getting commissions or yachas from us, basically go check out our Ko-fi. If you're interested in character designs or anything like that, like a custom or something around those lines, then you can go check out our Toy House or Adopt Instagram. And I'm going to throw this in here because we have been doing it more and more recently, but if you're interested in watching more content from us, because we post it basically, at least we tried to post from Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, we have a gaming channel. So if you are interested in watching us be silly and stupid and want to see more content from us, then go check out our gaming channel, which will also be in our links down below in the description. We have been uploading there for a while now and have been trying to be as frequent as possible and stuff like that with it. So if you are interested and want to support us, please go check those out. And if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more of these type of videos from us, then please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!